fender in, and now I am starting the arduous task of body work, which is not too much. The one big blemish is right here. That's where that fender's all beat to pieces. I still have some fender adjustment to do on here. Doors, rockers are all good. This has a slight little hump to it on each side of the filler, or the gas door. So I'll work on that. The rest of the body's about perfect. This up here is just rusty. Still gotta weld these holes, but just a little rusty. And I'm pretty sure I have decided. I was thinking patina, easy, cheap, whatever. But I've decided against it, and what I'm going to do is a white top, which is going to come around here. A lot of them stop like right here, and it kind of looks goofy to me, so I figured come all the way down to here and disappear under the hood, disappear here, and then the back, since I don't have this trim right here, I don't have any of the trim, I'm going to come down to where it's level with the door all the way to the other side, and I'm going to do a white panel from this body line all the way forward to where it wraps. Follow it, kick it back, and right there is going to be my other body line straight back. I'm going to do all the way around the tailgate, the whole truck. But I thought to myself, man, there's going to be a hard edge between the blue and the white. What do I do? So I've decided, since when I first got this truck, I saw Corvette, which I don't even like Corvettes, but I do like the paint job where it had the blue with the white and the red double stripes on the side, right, on the fender, whichever way it went. So I'm going to do a red pinstripe, which I think will look great. But I've got to do all of this. You can hear that. That is just where it was Tractor Supply paint, which is what it's going to be again, but just, better. But they had painted the whole thing with Tractor Supply, and this had started coming off. So that's all I can do is fix that. Gonna do all the body work to clean these up, clean this line up, make it smooth. So yeah, white, blue, white, red pinstripe. That won't get a pinstripe, it'll just end white. But this whole thing here will get a pinstripe. Well, I could probably do this one edge right here with red pinstripe. So that's the point where we're starting at. My dash I haven't finished yet. I'm making a separate video for that. I wanted to let it sit so that way it can dry and, see if it cracks, which it did. So I'm going to fix that again. Plastic off, glass. I'll tape all that off when it comes time to do the actual paint. I covered all this so the bodywork dust didn't get on everything. I'll be pulling a lot of these dents out of here, trying to reestablish this body line, which sort of disappears and comes back. But it's all in a day's work. I'll make sure to cover up the wheels and the wheel arches and chrome, blah blah blah. You can see the LS sneaking out through there. But that's where we're at. That's where I'm going to start, is just start sanding everything down. Same blue, and as much as it pains me to say this, the actual color they had painted this truck with, them, not me, I would not do this, but them. Yes, it is, it's Ford blue. Now, I thought it was safety blue / Ford blue. It is not. Safety blue, which I got a can over there, it's safety blue / Ford blue, is this bright blue. Not it. So I have the actual spot somewhere. Oh, right here. That is the Ford blue out of the can. You can hardly even see it. But that is the paint that's going back. Ah, love it. But yeah, sand it all down. Get all this crap off of here. Clean up all this rust. There's a dent right there. I'll fix that. Make it halfway decent for a, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be about a $40 paint job on there, honestly. But this fender is not bolted up in the bottom yet, because I'm going to pull it forward and then I'm going to push it in. Everything else is pretty good. As anybody will tell you that builds these trucks, the beds never line up. Actually, through the viewfinder here, I can see like that dent right there. I can hardly see it on here. It looks huge. It's not. But I'm gonna fix it all. Turn signal's got to come out. Oh, and there's that front valance piece over there. That's got to get body worked, fixed up. And the front here, on these trucks, this lip right here, you can see I've already taped it off, but this lip from here to the bottom is painted the same color as the truck. So that's got to get painted blue also. I've got everything taped up underneath, so that way this will get all painted blue. The hood, which ain't even on, that whole thing's going to have to get done separately. Good thing this is all, you know, oil-based stuff that's real good, actually. And it'll be the same color if I paint it separately. Can you see that dent now? Better now? Let me see. Can you see that dent? There it is. Yeah, it's just like a push in a little bit. I'll have to see if I can't just pull it out just a tad bit. But again, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. If you're enjoying any of my videos, please like, share, and subscribe. But the share is the biggest point. You gotta share it, man. I ain't getting nowhere on YouTube. I'm at that point where I'm just like, should I keep going? Give it up? I don't know. So, your shares, your comments, your likes, your subscribes, that's all what's going to keep me wanting to do it. I want to do it, but I want to do it more. You know what I'm saying? And you can help do that. So, please, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to get to work. Wait. Stop right there. Please take a second to scroll on down and hit that subscribe button. Maybe a little thumbs up like. And if there's anything interesting you liked about the video, why not comment? Tell me good job. Or say, stay off of YouTube. I don't care. Just help me out here. Hit the button. Like some of the other content. Go check it out. If you're really feeling generous, go to the shop. You can get a shirt that's completely worn out. Not like this one, but you can get a good shirt over there at the shop. It's going to be at the end of the video. But please, like, share, and subscribe. So, what you have seen there was I was using 80 grit to try to knock it down. It did not work. Well, it didn't work well. If I would have waited 200 years, I would have got it. But this is chemically stripped, kind of bringing it off. But it's kind of coming off in like clear sheets. Sort of like if it had clear coat on it, which I know it didn't. So, I'm totally confused right now. Peel this back. So I threw plastic over it to try to help it to quit, drying so fast. And it still dried all the way. Let's see here. Yeah, it didn't do nothing on the top. A little bit right there. But, I mean, it's not doing anything. I've dealt with this before, and it was a pain, so here we go again. Let's see here. And we're trying not to get this plastic touching everything, because some of this I don't want stripped. But, yep, nothing. Not a thing. What on earth is this crap? And I mean, this has already been hit with 80 grit, so it's open. You know how you open pores up before you smear it. And, yeah, that's all it's coming off. Some garbage. But not what I want off. I want it to be, like, back when it was methyl chloride or whatever it was called, methyl chloral, whatever, when paint had meth in it. But it is not doing that. It is doing hardly anything at all. In fact, I would say it's doing nothing. I'm super frustrated now. So, I'm going to come back out after dinner. And, I don't know, maybe this stuff will be dry. And I'll hit it with a sander again. Maybe it'll come off. If not, my next step is going and getting a strip disc. I only need to go down here because the rest of the truck down below it's fine. The bed, in fact, is fine. I don't even have to strip any of it. It's smooth, not crunchy. This is crunchy. Well, it was. I've been sanding it quite a bit. But you can hear it right there. Yeah, that's how all this stuff is. So that was like a waste of $15. Dang it. I did get some mineral spirits though. Those are $10 for a gallon. Why not? Gonna need it to mix with the oil-based tractor paint I'm putting on here. Yes, I know. Somebody's crying right now. No, you're gonna ruin that truck. No, I'm not. It's already clearly got some kind of oil-based garbage on it. Or at this point, I could probably, sand all that down and leave it ratty. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not liking how this is turning out, though, right now. It's getting on my nerves. So last night, I got pretty much frustrated with this and quit. Went in the house. Called it a night. Not to mention wrestling was on. But, as you can see, I spread the goop to her. Still didn't do poop. This stuff's literally just coming off because of scraping. The roof, nothing. So what I figured I'd do today is I just got some more 80 grit, and what didn't come off I'm going to hit again, which is, it don't make any sense why this stuff don't come off. Yeah, so right now I'm still at like the middle point. Look at that, stuff's still goo up there. I thought that would be dried and gone by now. It's not. I have to clean that off first. But all this still needs sanded and whatnot. But anyway, as I said, I'm about at the midpoint here to where I can still patina this, or I can paint it, because the bed just needs a paint job. Not like a paint job, but a touch-up, where I've scratched it in little dents. The top half of the truck is what was nasty. The bottom half is fine. So I could literally still patina it. But I'm going to clean up the goo that's left here and then go from there and see, after I hit it with the sander again, what it looks like. Because if you can see, this is what I'm fighting. this texture from the paint cracking that was on there. That's what I am fighting. Trying to get that off to where it can be smooth. And it goes, here's what it really looks like. You see all that crunchiness around there? That is what I am fighting. That's just a nightmare. And that's a lot of goo. So, we'll figure it out as we go. So what I'm going to do now is just hit this with some gray crappy primer. And the reason I'm doing that is when it's like this, you can't see your highs and lows, but with the blue I could hardly see it either, so I want to hit it with some primer. I know I'm going to have to reestablish this line through here, because that's what it is this line is out, it sort of flares out, and something has hit this and pushed it in, so I'm going to have to reestablish this entire line. So just going to give it some primer so that way I can double check everything, make sure it's where I want it. Yeah, now I can really see that this primer is running all over the place. The fender's cold, that's why the primer runs, but I can really see it now. You can really see it now. It is bad dented in. No, dented in. But, yeah. So, that's where we're going to be starting. I'm going to let this dry. Then I'm going to reestablish my line with a marker. And usually I'd use like a protractor or something, but I don't have one. So, basically what I'll do is I'll hold it perfectly still with my finger and... But, I'm going to let that dry. You can see it is, I believe it's just dented in all here in this area. Yeah, rub your finger in it. In this area here, this is actually flat. And, you know, flat this way too. But I have to hammer and dolly and do everything here. In fact, now that I say that, I can get a little bit back there. Not much though. I'm pretty sure it's like, you know, right here dented, and here starts the good stuff. But I want to fix that for sure. That is the worst eyesore on the entire body. And clearly there's not much paint or anything on here. In fact, it looks like it goes, I believe it's blue, white, or well, primer, gray primer, and then red ox on there. And I think that's all the paint besides the whatever this top coat of dark blue garbage is. So dark blue, light blue, gray primer, red ox. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if I patina it, I would have to know, so that way I could do, you know, like the spots, red ox, primer. I'd probably just go this dark blue right over it, not the light blue. So that's just where I'm at. Let's let this dry and hammer. Wait, stop right there. Please take a second to scroll on down and hit that subscribe button, maybe a little thumbs up like, and if there's anything interesting you liked about the video, why not comment, tell me good job, or say stay off of YouTube. I don't care, just help me out here. Hit the button, like some of the other content, go check it out. If you're really feeling generous, go to the shop. You can get a shirt that's completely worn out. Not like this one, but you can get a good shirt over there at the shop. It's going to be at the end of the video. But please, like, share, and subscribe. So this is how this is going to go. There's actually a dent right here. It starts. This is fine. But after that point, it starts being real bubbly and nasty. It's like they pulled it wrong. This is actually a swooped edge. It's like this, but down here. And they've done it wrong is they've knocked this lower section in and pulled this section out, which is wrong. This section needed to be hammered in. This needed to be pulled out. So, yeah, I need to go a little further down this way, a little further down to about right here. That all needs to be stripped, bare metal. I need to make my line here, and I need to stud weld all the way down through here, quite a bit of studs. And I need to start pulling this line out. This will also need to be stud welded. Well, actually right there is probably where it begins, but this will also need to be stud welded, and that needs to be flat. Right now it's inward, so it's not sitting right. This one, inward, needs to come out. This one, outward, needs to go in until it's basically flush. Yeah, so I'm going to have to strip back to there. This is fine. That's fine. Strip back to here. And then all that's going to have to start getting pulled. Now, I had a Harbor Freight dent puller, which it worked phenomenal for the 2 months I had it, and it burned up for some reason. At the time, I didn't have insulation or anything. It was pretty wet in here all the time, so that's probably what burned it up. But I still have the studs, so what I do is I just stick them on, use the MIG, weld them. Stick them on, MIG weld them. So I'll do that all the way through here. Start pulling that. Do this too. Pull that. This just needs to get the concave out of it. It just needs to be flat. No big deal. Not going to be able to get it super flat. I'm going to have to use some filler. Not a lot though. But that's what we got to do. That's the game plan anyway. Blue. Oof. This blue is very frustrating to me because it is everywhere. And my most hated color is blue. Yay. I mean, it is everywhere. So I actually looked for a couple days and finally found my studs and my stud puller. As I believe I said already, do not actually have a stud gun. I had a Harbor Freight one, I believe I said. Anywho, that means I'm going to be MIG welding these studs on and then using my stud puller. So I'm going to fire up the MIG, weld some studs on, and pull some dents out. I'll put you on the time lapse. After a little bit of stud welding and pulling and a little bit of hammer work, it is 10 times what it was. It is way, way better. It now has that rolled edge that I was looking for, an easily established body line, and now a little bit of filler work. Yes, I know, I'm leaving them just in case whoever buys this truck wants to put that trim back on. Your holes are still there, or you can drill them in new spots, make them look better, tighter to the body. I don't know exactly how good that trim was, so that's just going to be how it is. Just a little bit of body filler, plastic filler, whatever you want to call it on here now, to get it as perfect as I can. Splash a little bit of primer on it. We'll call that baby good. No need to bore you with the little stuff, but I'll mix up a little filler and spreader on there and show it to you. Alrighty, so I got that in some Evercoat Rage Gold, the good stuff. It's drying. I mixed up way too much filler. So I hit some spots. Did the other side, all of them. There ain't really that many spots to hit. So now I'm going to go inside and let this dry completely. So that way I can shape it better. Some people hit it while it's still a little gooey. I wouldn't say gooey, but I would say like 3/4 of the way set, they'll start sanding on it. I don't like doing that. So let that do its thing. I think I need to put a little bit more filler on them where them holes were. They look a little low. But I'll let it dry.